Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kristen and this is Growing Zone 9B, where we talk about all kinds of things. So today on my mind, I've had a couple of clients that have been really in quite a lot of distress over the wars and the things that we are seeing. What I'm about to say is not going to be for everyone. So if you're not comfortable watching this video, because I am going to be talking about biblical religion, then I respect that, and feel free to not watch this video, okay? This isn't, like I said, this isn't for everybody. First and foremost, I want everyone to know that I come from a place of love. I am open-minded and I have an open heart towards all religions and all diversities. I would not consider myself quote-unquote religious like you would see in a church setting. I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in a lot of things. I am very spirit-driven. I definitely believe that there is a God. I definitely believe in angels, but I also believe that there are other entities out there, such as quote-unquote aliens. I definitely think something exists outside of us, and however they get here, whether that's a UFO or whatever it may be, that's a topic for a different discussion on a different day, and we are going to touch base on that. But I was reminded today, and I do work with some clients that are very, I would say, religious based, in the kind of people that you kind of step back from because they're very hardcore religious. They're gonna shove it down your throat, and I'm not really like that. But they were all wound up about the end times, and I definitely believe that we are seeing a lot of prophetic things that are happening. And if you don't have to believe in the Bible to hear me out on this, and I think that that's fair in any situation, is to listen to another party, whether you agree or disagree with them. I think that having an open mind is important. I don't think shunning or disrespecting anyone is necessary. I think that we can gain all kinds of things from other practices. Look at the Buddhists. They have taught us so many beautiful things. And there's so many other religions that we could get into right now, but or things that people call religion or practices, but that's not what this is about. So if you look at the Bible from a historical perspective, I would say that we are definitely again seeing things that are very prophetic right now. And so if the Bible is, and let's just look at it from, like I said, a historical factor, we're just taking in the knowledge that it has presented to us and the information that it has presented to us. I believe that the timelines are very interesting, and I believe that we are seeing things that were potentially predicted, whether those people were seers, however you choose to look at the Bible in your own way. But they were definitely saying things that are now coming to fruition. So I wanted to touch base on a verse that came to me today, and maybe it's on my heart and I need to share it with someone because maybe they need to hear this. So in Psalms 83, now I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I do want to share a small piece of this, and I'm hoping that this water fountain is actually bringing people calmness and it's not overpowering what I have to say. So Psalms 83 starts and it says, "O God, do not remain silent. Do not turn a deaf ear. Do not stand aloof, O God. See," verse 2, "see how your enemies growl, how your foes rear their heads. With cunning they conspire against your people. They plot against those you cherish. Come," they say, "let us destroy them as a nation, so that Israel's name is remembered no more." Y'all, if we're looking at it from a historical point, I want you guys to take your time to go through and read it. You can pull this up on the internet, just like I did. You can just read it for what it's, for face value. It obviously goes on much, much more. It is a cry. This is a cry out that the Most High will oversee over the earth. And right now, I believe that there are a lot of us that are crying out, and we feel this tension in the air. It's like an elastic band. We are being stretched and we are being torn apart. And honestly, I think quite a bit of this has to do with the media, if I'm being quite frank. I think the media is really, every day there is something in the media that is causing people additional strife, headache, heartache, anxiety. There is not a day that goes by that we are not seeing something tragic or traumatic happening. There are races fighting other races. It's, you know, countries fighting other countries. We're seeing billions of dollars being sent out while our own people here in the States are very much so struggling. We are seeing like very stagnant, I think it's stagflation. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, stagflation. So it's the appearance of an economy that has, you know, it has high unemployment and rising prices, and, you know, do your own research. But look that up, read and, you know, study for yourself. Get that knowledge in your head. You need to be educating yourself. You cannot rely on me or other people to tell you these things. But I definitely believe that we are definitely in stagflation right now. And I don't know if that's because I'm seeing it because of the fields that I work in, but I'm definitely seeing an increase in folks that are losing their homes. I'm seeing an increase in, you know, people losing their jobs. There's a lot of struggling. I'm seeing the prices escalate at the grocery stores. And this is very concerning because I have told y'all, and I've explained this a little bit to you guys, is that my grandmother went through the Depression. My grandparents went through the Depression. And that is something that they deeply instilled in me, that this could happen again. We are not so great that we can't fall ourselves. So I want you all just to keep that in mind as I'm walking you through this journey, and that I'm teaching you guys, you know, a way to find some pieces of peace and sustainability to the best of your ability. I recognize that not everyone can go out and start farming and gardening, and I don't want anybody to do that. And anyone and any YouTuber that tells you just quit your job and start going to be a homesteader is out of their minds. You need to keep your jobs, and you need to find a way to integrate gardening and growing in your life, getting your fruit trees, getting things that you know will help you. Just like I have the papayas right now, those papayas are coming in. And just the other day, I was ungrateful and I said, man, these papayas, I don't even know what to do with them anymore. I had to step back and say, you know what? There are people that are starving in other countries. There are war-driven countries right now. There are kids that are standing in lines that are holding their little food plates, and they're drinking this weird looking soup stuff. And here I am complaining that I have fruit falling off the tree. No, no, no. I needed to have a self-recognition right there. Step back, center myself, do deep breathing, and thank the Lord above, because that's what I choose to do. Thank you, God, for this beautiful abundance. Thank you for all these tomatoes. Thank you for this passion fruit. Thank you for giving me a YouTube channel that I can sit here and express my energy to and reflect with you all on where we are at as a nation, where we are at and where we are headed. I am very concerned, and I am seeing a lot of influx of people with concern. So I just really wanted to just bring this back in and say, you know what, if you have a roof over your head, have gratitude. If you're able to drive a car, have gratitude. Start getting your bills paid off. Start getting these credit cards paid off. Start getting, you know, your vehicles paid off. Start doing these things, because if something happened and we fell into a Great Depression, another one, or we went into a war, or something crazy happened, we can feel that tension against each other, or you had a spouse that died, or a partner, or someone that you love. What would you do then? How would you get by? Do you have enough to survive? Can you do this on your own? And these are questions I think that we really need to start asking ourselves, and we really need to start focusing on, because I think that This is becoming definitely a much bigger priority. I think that there's a lot of people that are providing us with false information that are in our, I'll just blatantly say it, and hopefully I'm not going to be penalized on YouTube for it, but our government, honestly. So think about those things as you guys are moving forward. I don't want to keep you. I don't want to hound you. I want you to always have love. I want you to just find a way, and my heart is breaking for everyone right now just because I see something coming. I think we all see something coming, and we have to find a way as a community to love on one another and get through this together and not forget our humanness. Don't become inhuman through this process. Don't start hating because someone's a different color or a different race or a different religion. Let's find a way to come together and match our love, and because that would be the walk of Jesus, honestly. Jesus taught us to walk the way of love and light, and that was the basics of his teaching. He wasn't hate this person, hate that person, they're this, they're that, they're... Stop it. Go back to the basics of the walk of love. Stop throwing stones when you live in a glass house, folks. Stop always watching that news. That is one of the key things I teach my clients, is turn that TV off when it comes to the news. If you need to get the news, you can pick it up on your phone and you can get those bits and pieces that are important to you. You don't have to constantly watch 2 or 3 hours of the television and the news, because our news is really like, what is it, like I think 11 companies or something like that, major companies own the media or the news outlets, or something to that effect, but you do your own research. I'm not statistical, like I don't have the statistics on that officially. But think about it, if your news is even just limited to certain resources, this is really why it's good that we have a platform like YouTube that we can come to and we can express and share the information that we need to get out there. So get your finances in check. Keep, you know, a little bit of extra stock as if you were preparing for a hurricane or something like that. And that's what I can relate to because I live here in Florida. And make sure you got some money set aside in case something happens. And if you know someone that's struggling, remember, teach them. That's what I'm doing here. Teach them. You give someone the knowledge to and the materials to fish, and they can feed their family. If you just hand it to them, they're not going to do it. Remember that. So I'm teaching you how to fish. I'm giving you the basic steps of what you need to do to start to get yourself right, because I feel like a lot of stress can be coming. I definitely see, you know, death coming in the future, and I'm seeing death a lot on the TV, and I think that that's something that we don't talk about. And my heart is really, yes, death and dying is my life, but I definitely think that that's something that I need to bring to the platform. And honestly, it's something that I don't love death, but I love helping people through this process. And I think that we all need to start gaining some of these skills so that we are very prepared for what our future appears to be headed towards. All right, everyone. I don't want to keep this long, and I don't want to stress anyone out, but I do want you to go back and find ways to reflect and find moments of peace, and we need to just do the best that we can to get through this all together. One love, right? One love. All right, everybody. Love one another, be kind, and I will see you all in my next video. Find some peace. Get a little water fountain. Do something. Go take a walk. Take that journey. Start creating a new life for yourself. Okay?